Story 1. MIL reaction to my pregnancy. Waited until 13 weeks to announce my pregnancy. I also announced it to everybody else at the same time, so she couldn't have the satisfaction of sharing the news. Petty? Probably. I think she was a bit vexed to be told the news so late, but oh well. Her reaction. Talking to my husband. I knew you were hiding something. I know you like the back of my hand. Huh, you wish. Oh, a girl. Perfect. You can name her after me. I talked to her husband's niece. She's the only one who truly gets where I'm coming from when it comes to MIL, and apparently my ML reiterated that she wanted the baby named after her. Are MLs completely delusional? Comment 1. Fafo. Good for you. Comment 2. Dang, how lucky could you get? Congrats on not having evil in your life. Your husband has a shiny spine. Good for your dad and his classmate. Comment 3. She's a snake. So narcissistic that she gave up a relationship with her son and grandkids despite you. Anybody capable of loving beyond themselves is capable of being civil in order to maintain contact with someone else. I wonder what her endgame is in her mind? I would be so pissed off if my wife caused me to miss my children and grandchildren by being a performative AH. I'd let it be her problem. Enjoy the comfort of walking around without looking out for eggshells everywhere. OP. Your husband may not agree, but you're better off without that main character always fighting for attention. Comment 4. She has chosen her path and the nature of her relationship with you. Why on earth would she be invited to a party you throw? Comment 5. For heaven's sake, do not announce your choice of names ahead of time or you will be subject to endless badgering until the baby comes. If she whines, tell her flat out, you got to name your kids, we are naming ours. Comment 6. We won't name our child after anyone, but we'll keep your request in mind if we get a dog. Story 2. ML texts husband she misses her grandbaby. I'm a first-time mom to my 17-month-old daughter, and ever since I was pregnant, I've been dealing with a lot of over-involvement, unsolicited advice, and harsh comments from my in-laws. At first, my husband seemed to want to set boundaries with his family, but over time, he started supporting his mother more, and the boundaries have pretty much disappeared. My ML has been very clear that her visits are all about seeing the baby, not us as the parents. One time, when I was pregnant, she even showed up at my house and said, I had a dream that the baby was born and her mother, me, wasn't taking care of her. When we're invited over to their house because they miss the baby, it's as if we're invisible. They barely acknowledge us, the parents, and act like we're not even there, playing mommy with our child. They just refuse to understand that we've got things under control and don't need constant interference. If they do interact with me, it's passive-aggressive comments, like saying my hair color looks bad and that the person who did it, me, didn't do it right. They'll even pull my daughter away when we're about to leave, saying she wants to stay with grandma, or they'll take her to a different room to be alone with her, without letting me put her jacket on. It's frustrating, and it's made me not want to attend any gatherings at their house. The last straw was when I was scrolling through photos on my phone. At every family event, birthdays, Christmas, everything, it's always my in-laws holding the baby. My husband and I are in the background, basically sidelined in the pictures like we're not even important. It made me so sad and angry because I've always tried to be kind to them, but since the baby was born, it feels like they treat me like I don't even exist. There's also this comment MIL made when the baby was born. She told her 2 daughters to stop calling her grandma because she wasn't ready for that title, and when she heard the word, it hurt her bones. It was such a strange reaction, and honestly, it felt like another attempt to make everything about her. Another issue is that ML threw a tantrum when we set a simple boundary about needing 24 hours notice before they visit our house. She guilt-tripped us, saying she couldn't get up from the couch and had all these symptoms just because we asked for some space. It was really dramatic and unnecessary. And whenever we visit, they repeat for 10 minutes that the baby doesn't know us. She doesn't remember her grandparents, which isn't true at all. We visit at least every 2 weeks, and she definitely knows who they are. It just feels like they're trying to make us feel guilty. On top of all this, there's my husband's youngest sister, 14. She has struggled with depression, and we tried to be supportive by involving her, but it's become clear that she's being used by her parents as a way to get closer to our child. I totally understand what she's going through, but I think her parents need to explain to her that things have changed since my husband and I got married, and that the relationship she had with him before isn't the same now. It feels like she's being over-involved, and it's creating this illusion of a perfect, united family that doesn't really exist. I think part of the problem is enmeshment. My husband has never left the small community we live in, while I grew up abroad and moved here after living in a completely different culture for 22 years. It's hard for me to navigate, and I feel like I'm always the outsider in these family dynamics. Today, my husband got a text from his sister, then one from his mom, and another one from his sister, all saying they want to see the baby. I told my husband that we should meet them at a park nearby instead of going to their house so we can leave whenever we want. I don't feel comfortable talking directly to my in-laws about this because I feel like they'll disregard me or think I'm depriving them of their grandparents' rights. But I can't keep doing this forever. I need to figure out how to handle this. What should I do? Comment 1. I'm only commenting on this one thing because I've seen you got a lot of great advice in the comments on how to deal with everything else but the pictures for big events thing. I would be pissed too if I went back to all the holidays and birthday pics and saw my baby in Mil's hands and I'm pushed to the side. Hell no. Stop letting this happen. You do not need to be nice. They're not nice to you? Why on earth do you need to be nice to them? You don't. When holidays or birthdays happen, if it's picture time, you go to Mil and grab your baby and say she needs to be with her parents for these moments. Hell, you don't even have to say anything. Just take your child. Also, for get-togethers and holidays, just stop letting them hold her so much. If you keep baby with you 90% of the visit, then you will have pictures of you with baby. Stop letting them get away with this BS. And I also just want to say I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. It makes me sad for you, and I hate that any new mom has to deal with these things. Comment 2. I think they will disregard me or consider I am depriving them of grandparents' rights. That's the problem right there. Grandparents do not have rights, they have privileges the parents feel are appropriate. Consequences need to be enforced for boundary stomping, rudeness, and entitlement. She won't get it or improve her behavior without them. It needs to be stated in unequivocal, no uncertain terms. No respect for mother and father of child equals no relationship with any of them. Her treatment and behavior towards you determines how long that lasts. Comment 3. I'm really sorry you are having to deal with this. It does sound like a so problem. My recommendation is do some reading on the subject. Also, couples counseling may help. There is a recommended book list tab here that has some great resources. I started with Toxic In-Laws, Loving Strategies for Protecting Your Marriage by Susan Forward. I also enjoyed Boundaries, When to Say Yes and How to Say No. Story 3. Freaking Weaponized Incompetence. So, when it was just my son in school, I went all out with the whole framed school photo thing for the relatives. But this year, I've got 3 kids in school and they get pictures twice a year. Honestly, I just didn't want to deal with it. They're adults, right? They can order their own pictures. So, I sent both my mom and MIL the photo link so they could pick out the ones they wanted. But nope, apparently that's too much trouble. They both want me to order them and then just Venmo me. Fine, whatever. They can post on Facebook 9 times a day, but clicking a few buttons to order pictures is apparently beyond them. So I order them. When the photos come in, I hand MIL an envelope, tell her to take whichever one she wants, and just return the rest. She takes the envelope home. Weeks go by. Then months. I finally ask for the envelope back so I can frame my own. MIL says, no problem. It's just sitting on my counter. Then this morning, my husband gets a text. Sorry, I've been tearing apart the house looking for the photos, but I think my cleaning lady must have thrown the envelope out. Can my name you order more? So yeah, looks like I'm going to be ordering 20 pictures a year for the next 15 years, huh? Comment 1. From now on you get your photos. They ask, here's the link. They complain. I'm sure you'll figure it out. They press, no, we tried me doing it for you. You took all the pictures home and lost $XXX worth of photos because you couldn't bring them back in a timely manner. Now you can figure it out. Comment 2. She lied. She gave them all away. I'd give her one size smaller than normal. So if you normally get an 8 by 10, I'd send a 5 by 7. I wouldn't frame either. She should change out the ones from the last year. That would have chapped my hide. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.